Well, the Lord gave me 4 words.
This is Katherine Hoekendijk from Harmony Church in Christchurch.
Hi, everyone. The Lord gave me 4 words in November, and that was eruption, disruption, and then corruption, interruption. And during that time, I didn't really know what that was. I didn't really like the word disruption. And then Izzy gave me a book on disruptive women. And she didn't know that, that was part of it. Since that, we've seen pretty much all of that happening. I'm just really curious to see what God is actually doing. But I just want to, can I just come back to...
Well, let me just say, you said eruption, disruption.
Corruption, interruption.
Corruption, interruption. So they had the eruption where was that?
White Island in December.
White Island in December.
Yes.
Then the disruption of all this COVID stuff. What was the other 2 words?
Corruption, interruption. So with that, I really felt like God was going to be there was going to be big interruption. There was going to be stuff that would come on a global scale, that we would see corruption that has been hidden, and things that have been going on under the surface for many, many years, and that was going to start to be exposed, and we were going to see corrupt systems come into the light, and God was just going to bring His glory into those places, bring His truth into those situations. So that's been very exciting to watch. Actually, sometimes I'm actually excited to watch the news to see what's coming into the light, what God's surfacing, so He can bring new standards, bring His standards.
Very good. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Did you have something else you wanted to?
Yeah, I just really wanted to go back to Smith Wigglesworth and that sense, that word that he had over the Great Southland, and speaking as a Kiwi here, kind of a little imposter here a little bit. We started the year talking in our church. You were talking about hungry for more. Our theme for the year was making room for the more and for the harvest. And so this has really been where we've kind of been putting our energies. But I really felt like, as part of that Great Southland, I believe that there is a stronger bond between New Zealand and Australia than what meets the eye. And as I've been praying, I felt God give me the word Trans-Tasman Teamwork Tune-Up. Now, God gives me all this alliteration all the time. And part of that was transactional talk and tourism triangle travel. Now, that was also with a tropical tourism triangle. So I believe that God is going to open up and keep us in a bubble, those nations that Smith Wigglesworth prophesied over.
Wow.
We're going to see in the natural, I believe, is going to be released also in the spiritual. And there's something about us coming together and formulating as those nations, that God is going to be building something really into that. And instead of seeing competition, we're going to see collaboration. I see connection and congruency, which is really important. And in terms of as we've been in this time of lockdown, I believe with Chelsea, I don't know if you can hear me, but one of the things that's been happening, and God's been speaking to me a lot about, has been necessity is the mother of invention. And I believe that God is releasing innovation, ideas, ingenuity, imagination, initiation, inception, increase through this time. I think that we've actually benefited from this time, because I think that as we've gone through this time in the church, that we're knocking off some of the refined and realigned and reset in this time to move forward much more powerfully and effectively for the harvest.
So good, Katherine. So good.